Let's go over various ways you can add to your plot in Ivy. Ivy has functions called layers that allow you to add symbols, texts, and images to your plot. Layers are added to a figure using the addLayer figure method. This method takes a layer function as its first argument, as well as any other arguments and keyword arguments that the layer function takes. Layer functions can be accessed from the Layers module. Let's do from ivy.viz import layers. Let's go over the basics of how layer functions work. First, let's toggle the branch labels off so it's easier to see. We'll start by looking at the addHighlight function. This function takes a node or node label and highlights it on the plot. You can also set the color and width. You can see that the layer that we drew also showed up on the overview panel. You can prevent the layer from being drawn on the overview panel by setting the OV keyword to false. We can clear the plot of the layer we just drew using the redraw function. Normally, every time you add a layer or use the redraw method, the layer you previously drew disappears. We can store a layer permanently by giving it a name using the store keyword. This allows us to show multiple layers at once. Let's store highlight layers for Asterales and Solanales. You can look at the layers your plot has by viewing the layers attribute of the figure object. By default, every figure created has branch labels and leaf labels. You can see that the layers that we just added are also here. You can toggle the visibility of plotted layers using the toggle layers method. The layers can still be accessed, but they aren't drawn on the tree. You can remove layers permanently using the remove layers method. You can see that Asterales no longer shows up in our list of layers. There are also a few convenience functions for commonly used layers. The highlight method is simply a wrapper for the function that we just used. The toggle leaf labels and toggle branch labels methods are just wrappers for the toggle layer method. The C-bar method is a convenience function that allows us to add a vertical bar next to a clade. It's a wrapper for the add layers.cbar function. This covers the basics of using layers in Ivy.